All right, I want to thank everyone for attending tonight's little free webinar. And Southern Institute of Healing Arts, or SIHA, is very excited to be teaming with Good Herbs to offer you the Certified Herbal Consultant course. Your instructors for this course will be myself, Wanda Seitz. I'm a naturopath and certified nutritionist. And we also have Betty Sue O'Brien, who is a naturopath and online. Say hello, Betty Sue.
Hello, everybody.
So tonight, what we figured we would do is just take you through the website. Some people may not have taken an online class before, so we're going to show you how to maneuver through the website and in your classroom, how to find the forums and all of your class materials and so forth. And then just share with you a little bit about what you will be learning through this course. So it's by no means a full course, but we are just showing you just a little sample. So, and at any time, if you have any questions, just speak up, okay?
Okay.
Hi. So, with the Certified Herbalist course, what we'll be learning is anatomy and physiology. We need to know a little bit about how the body works, how it's supposed to function, and how it dysfunctions at times. We will learn disorders associated with the body system, therapeutic actions of the herbs, principles of over 50 herbs we will be going through, the properties of all those herbs, how to use herbs for vitality and disease prevention. We'll also touch a little bit on the tincturing process and a little bit on herbal formulas. So we will be taking the single herbs, and then you will know how Good Herbs put together their formula. The Certified Herbalist course will be an 8-week course. With that, we will have 8 interactive webinars. The classroom activities will begin on Tuesday, January 17th. So we will open up the classroom so everyone can start downloading their course material and start to study and do their classwork. And we ask that you go ahead and register before the 17th because we need to get you into the school program and into the classroom. So we want to make sure everyone is there by Tuesday. The first webinar that we will be holding will be Saturday, January 21st at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So, to begin here, how do you register for the course? Let's click on Southern Institute of Healing Arts.com. It looks like my computer is being a little slow, but we are going there. So this is our school website. So once you arrive here, you will scroll down and you can see course catalog. So let's just click there. And this is a list of all the courses available at the school. So we have Certified Iridologist, Certified Nutritional Consultant, RBTI, and the Certified Herbalist course. So you click Register. Okay, and this is our admission standards and graduation requirements and the course registration form. So, I mean, it's pretty standard here. Just fill out everything. The upload of a student photo, we would like to have a photo of you because once you graduate, the school would like to promote you online. So we'd like to have a photo there. And then you choose your course. So click on, this will show you all of our courses. So we want to choose the Certified Herbalist course. So you click that. Right here it says you may choose to pay for your course in full or on a payment plan. So you will receive an invoice. No matter what you choose, if you choose to pay for it in full, the school will send you by email an invoice for the full $325. or if you need a payment plan, we can make arrangements from there. So we just want you to register, and we are willing to work with you, okay? And then you just click submit, and the school takes it from there, and we work with you to make payment arrangements. Gotta get back to my screen here. All right. Any questions about how we register before I move on? No? Okay. Well, it looks like now it's time to take a look. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. You're going to the next slide right now. I was just going to comment on it, but you're good. Sorry.
Okay. No questions? All right. Now it's time to take a look at our classroom. So we want to find out how we get to our classroom. So again, let's go to SouthernInstituteofHealingArts.com. Scroll down, and if you'll see on our front page, we have a lot going on there. But you move over to enter your classroom. Log in here. Once you register and make your payment, the school will send you your username and temporary password. Once you log in for the first time, you will be asked to change your password to something you know and no one else knows, so that's yours alone. Okay, so after that, you would go to this site right here. Let me just enter my password and log in. So this is entering the school classroom, so you will see all the classes that we have going on. All right, let's scroll down. You can either click on certified courses or just go to all available courses. We will click on certified herbal consultant. This will take you into that classroom. And let me switch the role to student so no one will be confused at what we're seeing. This is the online classroom. Okay, so any news that we need to post at any time will go into the form here, and you will get an email of anything going into that form. The first week, your course materials for the week. We have the history of herbal medicine, AMP, the circulatory system. So what you would want to do is click on, say, AMP. Give it a moment to open here. You want to download this material, either view it on your computer or you can print it out. That's up to you. So we have the circulatory system. So a lot going on here with circulatory, blood lymph, so forth, so on. So you want to download your materials. Also with notes, read and familiarize yourself with the terms on pages 74 to 78 of the course book, A Practical Guide to Herbs. So you want to take a look at what's going on for that week in your classroom. Also, all of the webinars that we will be holding on Saturday are already posted. This is the link you go to. You will also get an email that week of this very link. But if you leave that email, just log into your classroom. It's there for every week, as you can see here. We have week 2, and actually we don't have all of our material loaded yet, but it will be there by the 17th. Any questions so far? No? Oh, and also on the left-hand side, you can see upcoming events. This is a reminder. Once you are a registered student, you will get an email reminder of upcoming events. So you will never forget what is going on. All right, so just a sample of what we will be covering in this course. At this point, I would like to turn it over to Dr. Betty because we are going to be going through the history of herbal medicine. Dr. Betty?
Okay. Let me do this. Okay.
I've got to turn it over to you. Hold on one second. Okay.
Hold on, I've lost the file, so give me just a minute.
Oh.
I'll find it. Okay.
And at any time, if those of you who cannot speak through the microphone or telephone, if you have a question, just type it in, and I will monitor that and ask questions as we go forward, okay?
Okay, so we thought what we would do tonight was try to show you the website, but then also talk a little bit about the types of things we would cover in the webinar. People that will be joining this class in January some will be good herbs distributors already who are interested in herbalism as a professional practice. And some people are already using herbs but just want to expand their knowledge. And so each class will feature a grouping of herbs. The first class is going to be on blood and circulation. But we thought as an introduction to the course, we would cover briefly the kind of how we got to where we are today with herbal medicine. And let's see. Can everybody see my screen?
I can.
Okay. You may have seen this before, a brief history of medicine. Doctor, I have an earache. 2000 BC, here, eat this herb. 1000 AD, that herb is heathen. Here, say this prayer. 1850 AD, that prayer is just superstition. Here, drink this potion. 1940 AD, that potion is snake oil. Here, swallow this pill. 1985, that pill is ineffective. Here, take this antibiotic. But today, 2010 AD, that antibiotic is artificial. Here, eat this herb. So, you know, that's a humorous look at the history of medicine. But in a sense, we have gone full circle. Herbs have been used by every culture to treat every ailment. The first written records were in 1500 BC by Egyptians, written on papyrus. Chinese materia medica was recorded about 1000 BC. Campo, traditional Japanese medicine, is based totally upon herbal medicine. The German Commission E that we hear so much about oversees the safety of herbs, which are tightly regulated by the German government. In America, a lot of our herbal knowledge has come from Native Americans. Even up until the 1940s, medical texts reference medicinal uses of berries, barks, leaves, and roots. And today, even in Save a Center and Winn-Dixie and Walmart, we find many more herbal teas than ever before. People are using just fresh roots in teas, even here in America. Many people are drinking green powders today, and we know a lot about tinctures if we've used good herbs products. And many of us make our own tinctures, which we are going to talk about tincture making in the course. And then in modern times, herbs are mostly probably enjoyed as pills or capsules. Today, 20% of prescription drugs contain at least one active ingredient derived from plants or herbs. And if you look at that list on the left, digitalis is foxglove. Salicin comes from willow trees that has always been used in aspirin, but now they make it synthetically. Lemon, eucalyptus, and mint and black cherry are used in cough medicines. Myrrh, a very amazing herb used in a lot of dental products. Now, this is just a very small list, but back in the 1800s in America, there were many herbal colleges all the way up into the early 1900s. And these companies and colleges were basically closed down when medicine started changing into modern chemical and allopathic medicine. But people were still using herbal medicine, even by just the foods that they were eating. Now, why do people go to herbal medicine today anyway? Well, they're very accessible. You can buy herbs in Walmart and in CVS pharmacy, health food stores. People think they are more safe because they are more natural, and this is mostly true. They're less expensive than prescriptions if you don't have any insurance. That's definitely true. They're definitely less expensive for the body. People are now interested in more holistic lifestyle. And when we use herbs, people notice a more subtle at times, but definitely a more permanent response to the energy that's created from the treatment that they've received. Now, we chose to team up with Good Herbs and using their book because they use all non-standardized herbs. Many people are not aware of the difference in standardized and non-standardized, but most of the herbs that you will find at Walmart or CVS, and even many of the herbs in health food stores or places like Doctor's Nutritions, a lot of medical people that are now beginning to use herbs are using standardized extracts, which have broken down the different components of the plants and isolated what they believe are the active parts. Now, you're not getting everything the plant has to offer because there is a whole plant, and whole plant medicines have a lot of components that work together, like the engine in a car. And so if you are taking powders and extracts of whole herbs, you're usually not getting a standardized product. Another aspect of standardized is that traditional plant medicines can be extracted into solvents like water for tea, vinegars and alcohols for tinctures, and oils. Some people use capsulated herbs, but for the most part, they are not as effective of herbs that have been extracted using a solvent. Standardized herbs are processed using solvents like hexane, methyl chloride, and acetone. And so standardized herbs are actually applying these chemicals to the herbs and then withdrawing individual parts of them or individual aspects. In my opinion, standardized herb extracts are not really herbs. Morphine is extracted from poppies, but it's not an herb. Citric acid comes from oranges, but it's not an orange. Agicides may be a component of Vitex, but taking it in a standardized form is not the same as taking Vitex. And so we are big proponents as herbalists of non-standardized herbs. Again, as I mentioned, good herbs are tinctured with alcohol to extract all of the medicinal properties, and they are non-standardized, which is perfect for the herbal consultant. So in the long history of medicine, herbs have been taken fresh, as with culinary herbs, like parsley for the kidneys, for example, or cilantro for chelating, herbs, rose hips for vitamin C. And so herbs can be taken very nicely as teas. And to preserve the herbs at their freshest state, an herbal tincture made with alcohol can extract all of the properties out of the herb and preserve it for years, not just weeks or months, whereas a capsule powder might become stale or not fresh much faster. Okay, so now, y'all excuse me just a minute here while I get this back up.
while we're waiting, does anyone have any questions so far? No?
Yeah, excuse me, y'all. I'm trying to find out. Dr. Wanda, I'm trying to turn it. You're going to do the part on the circulatory system, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm trying to get, here it is. I was trying to find out how to get you to be the attendee, but you weren't showing up. I mean, the presenter.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Now you are. All right, so I'm turning the screen back over to Dr. Wanda.
All right. Give me a second here to catch up where I'm supposed to be on the PowerPoint. Okay. Can everyone see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, shoot. All right. Let me just catch up here. Hold on. I apologize, everyone. We have a big mess going on here. All right, let me just ensure go down to where I'm supposed to be. Okay, so, you know, we went through the history of medicine, and, you know, this will be also in week 1, so you can go over that. But we wanted to show you a little bit about what we will be teaching during the week. And, you know, this is just one slide. We're talking about the circulatory system. Actually, in week 1, we will be talking about circulatory lymphatic system, how they function, all the, you know, the different physical aspects of the circulatory and lymphatic, also the blood and lymph. You know, what the properties are, what they do, how they function, how they help the body. So this is just one slide from that. So we have the circulatory system. It consists of the blood vessels, and the heart. It's a transport system. It transports the amino acids from the digestive system, minerals, oxygen, hormones, infection-fighting antibodies to all areas of the body. It also transports metabolic waste away from cells, because we're bringing nutrition into the cell, the body, to build new cells, but we also need to take the waste away. The blood and lymph. The blood is made up of 4 components. So we have the plasma, which is the liquid part of the blood. It is the clear liquid of the blood. We have the white blood cells, or leukocytes. Those are the body's defense fighters. This is also a part of the immune system. We have platelets, or thrombocytes. They are cell fragments, play an important part in forming blood clots. You know, if our blood didn't clot properly, we would bleed out. So that is very important. Red blood cells, or erythrocytes, they take up oxygen in the lungs and deliver it to the cells. We will also be discussing the major disorders associated with the systems throughout the course. So as a part of the circulatory and lymphatic systems, we're looking at atherosclerosis, which is a condition which an artery wall thickens as a result of the buildup of fatty materials. You know, that's a major concern with heart attacks and, you know, high cholesterol and things like that. Heart attack occurs when blood flow to a part of the heart muscle is blocked. Poor circulation, I see that a lot in my office. That occurs when the veins have become partially blocked or the blood has become too thick to flow properly. This can happen due to toxicity or a high sugar condition. We also have high blood pressure. There's millions out there with high blood pressure. This can occur due to poor nutrient absorption, which a lot of people do not think about. Kidney overload, excess inorganic minerals. So we're We're looking at the, like Dr. Betty was talking about, the standardized herbs that are out there. You know, is that playing a part? We don't know. So we need to take a good client history. Also, we have high cholesterol. That plays a part in high blood pressure. It can also be exaggerated from other health disorders. So we will be taking a look at how the body functions, how it's supposed to function, rather, and how it dysfunctions, and what can go wrong, which is really most important to us as herbalists, because we're trying to help people fix their problems. But we have no magic pills, but we can help them. Okay? We will also, after the anatomy and physiology portion, we will be looking at the herbs in detail. We have picked tonight wood-betony, which will be in the first week's course. Wood-betony has a potent effect on the brain and mental functions, promotes cerebral circulation, promotes arterial blood supply, and has been used to correct vertigo, headache, memory loss, facial neuralgia, migraine, and headache relief. And we have two different kinds. We have the wood-betony and the Florida-betony, which have very similar properties. The American wood-betony is a powerful neuromuscular sedative. So it works with the nervous system, supplying the nervous supply to the muscles to help to relax those. It's antispasmodic. It may be useful in grand mal and petite mal seizures. Relieves gastritis, heartburn, gas. The blood purifier, believed to be to improve liver and gallbladder spleen function. It's considered an herbal sedative. It helps to relieve pain. Also, a very good use for that is someone with frayed nerves or anxiety. It helps with premenstrual complaints, premenstrual syndrome, or, you know, just that monthly need a little help. When combined with yarrow, it can stop a nosebleed. So this is an herb that I believe is not very well known, but is a very important herb to the circulatory system. And I think everyone needs to know about this. And it looks like that is the end of our presentation. Do we have any questions about anything? Anyone?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
What happens? I think I'm a little bit confused. Are the classes are always on Saturday at noon? Is it a live class, or are we watching like a pre-recorded class?
No, the classes on Saturday at noon will be a live class. What will happen at that point, we will go over your class material that you have been working on all week. We will go over, you know, answer any questions. You will have classwork, quizzes, lessons all week long, and we will go over everything to make sure that you understand everything. I don't know if Dr. Betty can answer that.
Is the only book the one by Mickey Jones?
That is the only book that is required. However, we do have class material that will be posted per week. So you may have anything from, you know, 1 document to 3 documents to download and view on your computer, or you can print them out. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And actually, each of the webinars, Diane, will be available during the course of the class. You can access the webinars at any time. So if on a Saturday at 12 Eastern you're not available, in the next day or two you'll be able to hear that live webinar.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Classes.
our idea for doing this class actually was we realized how much need there is for people who are advising others in their families and in their scope of friends and business clients to really be informed about what individual herbs do. So often we take combination herbs, and combination herbs can have interactions even with other herbs. And so knowing what each individual herb is like, what its properties are, just like we were just talking about wood betony. Well, in order for us to cover 50 herbs during the class, we've got to cover, like 10 herbs per week. And so we're going to go into it in the webinar live and answer your questions about the herbs, or what would you use this herb for in what situation. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have a question from Monique. She asked, will we have assignments or tests?
We're not planning to have tests in this course, but we are planning to have some, like Dr. Wanda said, we're going to give you more material, like on each body system that we're covering, and on the different herbs and how they work, whether they're menagogues, what are their properties and how do they work in the body. Because you ask any herbalist about any one herb and they're going to all have a different use for it. So we want to cover some things that we can't cover in an hour webinar, and you'll have handouts for those on the website.
I would say also, yes, we will have assignments,
yeah.
Not necessarily tests, but we will have assignments.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
We feel like this is also a great way for somebody to feel more confident with the herbs that they're using. And Dr. Wanda and I will also both be available if you want to contact us by phone or by email this week. Just let us know and we'll answer any of your questions.
Yes, and also during the 8-week course, we are available through Skype. So we have Skype in the classroom. So if you have Skype, just send a question over and it will be answered immediately. All right, we also have another question here. Is certified herbal consultant a reputable title or a holistic professional? There is no legal title for certified herbal consultant, so no, but that will give you, I'm searching for a word here, Dr. Betty, but it will allow your clients to know that you have went through a rigorous course to know exactly what herbs do, how the body functions, and what this person needs. Can you add to that, Dr. Betty?
Well, I was just going to suggest that, while this is an herbal consultant certification, at the school we are going to offer, as a follow-up to this class, while this class will be repeated probably 3 times a year, we are going to have a follow-up. Anyone who has taken the herbal consultant class could then later take the certified herbalist course, which would go into a good bit more extensive study and detail and would take a good bit longer to complete. But we do have someone working on that for us for a more advanced actual certification course. But there'll be many people that this will be all they need to really help people so much more than they were able to before. They knew what the herb looked like, what the herb could do, and what symptoms it would relieve, etc. And so this is really just to give you the knowledge and to be able to have a certificate that says you are a certified herbal consultant. And that is what you would receive at the end of the class.
Yeah.
I would say it's akin to another course that we teach is the certified iridologist. And so, you know, once you have gone through that course, you can look into other people's eyes, but it doesn't make you 100% that you know everything there is to know. You have to really get out there and study and practice even more. So this is definitely an introduction course where you'll learn 50 herbs, and you'll know what those herbs do, and you'll know how to use them with other people and yourself.
And you know what I like about this course is we will take the 50 herbs and we will know them inside and out, so we can look at a bottle of combination herbs and know exactly what the aim is for that combination. What body system is that working on? Exactly how is that combination working? Because we know the individual herbs that are in that combination. That is an herbalist, in my opinion. Any other questions?
So I have one more, I guess. The class actually starts on January 17th, and then and that was when we would get our first assignments, and then we study and learn what you've presented to us, and then we all meet together on Saturday the 21st. Is that correct?
Yes, and then we will go over the material, answer any questions that you may have.
Okay. All right, now I see how okay, that makes sense to me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diane, if you haven't ever been in an online class before, it's a little different.
I haven't.
It's not a correspondence course. There's a website that's going to be there 24/7. And you can go to that website that Dr. Wanda showed you tonight anytime during the class that you're registered. And you'll have access to the assignments for each week, any webinars that have already passed, and that will be your information to use, during the course. And you can go up there. Most of our classes, like in the iridology class, I do have quizzes, but in this one, we're thinking more in terms of assignments. Like we might want you to go through the book and find all of the herbs that affect the liver, maybe study the combinations of the herbs or pick out the herbs that are in certain formulas and explain why they would be appropriate for, that sort of thing. So think of it in terms of you're going to have homework.
Great. Okay. And you're going to go about it by working on each system individually. So we learn one system at a time and the herbs that apply to the problems or what needs to be strengthened within that system, like the circular system.
That's right. And within what needs to be strengthened within that system. And we can talk about symptomology too, but the book itself is already broken up into symptoms. But we want people to understand why you would choose one herb over another in certain situations.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
And so we really hope we have enough students to get the class going. I think that we will. We had about 16 signed up for this webinar, but because of the change in the night, it was a little bit confusing there. And so we will make this available, and we'll send out an email to people that missed the class tonight, and we'll put it where they can, they'll be able to watch it. And so we should be good to go on the 17th, and then the first webinar on the 21st.
Yeah, and we will email each of you a link to the recorded webinar in case you want to share it with your family, friends, colleagues, etc.
Okay.
Okay, well, we have another question. Hold on one second. Monique asked, are these 50 herbs the most prominent herbs? Because the book has a whole lot more.
Huh,
yes. You want to
yes.
address that, Dr. Betty?
Well, what Monique and everybody, what we decided was we went through the book, and since Wanda and I are both herbalists, and we realized that while there are a lot of herbs in there that have very important uses, we both went through the entire list of herbs and on our own individually wrote down the ones that we used more than any others. And we wanted to limit it to 50 because of the scope of this class, not enough time to cover hundreds of herbs. And so we found that about 85 or 90% of our herbs were all the same herbs. So what we did was we realized that what people really need to know is a herbal sampling. You need to know some herbs really well. The herbalist I studied with said 20 herbs. If you know 20 herbs really well, then you can do almost anything with those 20 herbs. So we figured 50 herbs that we could agree on. Now, that doesn't mean we can't bring other herbs in or you can't ask questions about other herbs, but it just would be silly for us to try to rush through every herb that's in that book when what we could do is give you full use of a smaller number of herbs. So that was our vision of this course when we set it up.
Yeah.
Anything, Wanda, you want to add to that, Dr. Wanda?
You know, I mean, 50 herbs, if you know 50, like you said, if you know 50 herbs well, you could do almost anything.
Right.
You know, with anyone coming into your office or your family, friends, if you know those herbs well, you can say, okay, well, do you have this? Do you have that? Let's use this. Because different herbs have different properties that work within different systems of the body. So we need to know the systems of the body and how those herbs work with it. So we can use multiple herbs with different body systems. So, I mean, it was very hard. I want to be honest with you. Very hard to come down to 50, but like Dr. Betty said, you know, for the 8-week course, I think 50 herbs is a lot.
Right.
So you have, that makes sense. Thank you, Monique said.
Okay, good.
Good, good. So any other questions? Well, I guess we may be done for tonight. Well, I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and I hope everyone signs up for class, and I see you in class. If you have any questions, please email or call Dr. Betty or myself at any time. And let me see if I can get back to the website here. Is my screen still showing, Dr. Betty?
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back here because let's go to the home page. I want to show how everyone can get in touch with us by email. So go to the home page. And I apologize, my computer's a little slow. And then you can scroll down to Meet Your Instructors. But also, we have other free recorded webinars you can listen to and view. But click on Meet Your Instructors. And we have Dr. Betty right here, her email information, also myself. So you can always call us. You know, that's our cell phone. So give us a call, email us, and we will answer any questions that you have, okay? Great.
Thank you, Dr. Wanda.
All right. Thank everyone for attending tonight's meeting. We really appreciate you.